Golden Boy Boxing on ESPN is presented by Tecate, the official beer of boxing. And it's brought to you by Hennessy. Never stop, never settle. As well as by Canelo Triple G2 live on pay-per-view September the 15th at the T-Mobile Arena. It's a fight you won't want to miss. All right, we're in Cancun, Mexico, but tomorrow I will catch the first flight out of Cancun to head to Oklahoma City, where Gilberto Zurdo Ramirez will make the fourth world title defense of his middleweight belt against Romer Alexis Angulo in our top-ranked boxing main event in Oklahoma City. 12 rounds on ESPN, ESPN Deportes, and streaming live on the ESPN app at 9 Eastern, 6 Pacific. And then on Friday, July 13th, right here on ESPN, a belt will be on the line for our next Golden Boy night of boxing as Joet Gonzalez battles Rafael Big Bang Rivera for the vacant NABO featherweight title in a 10-round main event. That'll be at 7 Eastern on ESPN, ESPN Deportes, and on the app. Now we send it up to the always classy Jimmy Lennon Jr.
Well, fans from the Grand Oasis, Cancun, Oasis loves you. We present our co-main event of the evening. At this time, introducing our referee in charge of the action, el referee de esta pelea, Rafael Mendoza. All right, fans, here we go. 8 rounds of boxing in the super bantamweight division. Bien, amigos, 8 asaltos en peso super gallo. Introducing you first on my right. Fighting out of the blue corner, presentando en la esquina azul. Wearing multicolored trunks, he weighed in at 122.8 pounds. His record, 17 wins, 4 losses, and 1 draw, with 6 wins coming by way of knockout from Ciudad, Obregon, Sonora, Mexico. Demos la bienvenida a David Zamorita Reyes. And his opponent across the ring on my left, fighting out of the red corner, this 8-round attraction, su oponente en la esquina roja. Wearing silver trunks, he weighed in at 122 pounds. His record, 16 wins, 3 losses, and 1 draw, with 10 wins coming by way of knockout from Campeche, Mexico. Please welcome, demos la bienvenida a Francisco Panchito Horta. Once again, a referee in charge. Now to give instructions, Rafael Mendoza.
Frente a la cámara. Jóvenes, vamos a hacer una pelea limpia. Ustedes son profesionales, conocen el reglamento. Suerte, que ganen mejor. Vámonos.
Let's take a look at the Tecate tail of the tape. Well, you'll notice that Horta is a year older, has a 3-inch height advantage, 4-inch reach advantage, and also it's David Reyes who's got 20 more rounds fought as a professional. Both fighters separated by just 2 fights, 22 fights for Francisco, actually 20 fights for Horta and 22 for David Reyes out of Ciudad, Obregon, Sonora, Mexico, my hometown. So I know that he's going to bring that Yaqui Warrior spirit into the ring.
How far is that from here?
Far.
Is it?
Yeah.
Northern part of the country?
Exactly.
So this is, he's not in comfortable zone for him right now, right?
Not at all. You were talking about the fact that Sinaloa is the second state from the north. Well, we're right on the border. Nogales, Hermosillo, Guaymas, and then Ciudad Obregón.
Oh, so it's a mission to get down here for David Reyes.
We got airlines, Beto.
Yeah, no, but still, well, we're at Pancho Horta, this is where he fights.
Yeah.
He's used to being at the Grand Oasis. He's used to being in Cancun.
This is his hometown, trained by Samuel Uribe. They're trying to use that reach and that height advantage, and that's the challenge for Zamorita Reyes, is to get inside. You see the footwork from Francisco Horta early on.
Interesting matchup, though. They're 16-3-1, 17-4-1, evenly matched. Co-main tonight. And Panchito, he started his career, he lost 2 of his first 4 fights. And usually when you start losing early on, guys become the opponents, or guys stop fighting, or guys just start taking fights on a day's notice. Here, I got a couple bucks, I got some gloves, or they'll fight out of their weight class. And next thing you know, they're like 3-10 and 3-11. But he turned it around. He went 15-1-1 after that.
Yeah, and when you look at the fact that his 2 early losses as a pro were 8-rounders, I mean, that's unheard of for a kid starting off in his career to go 8 rounds so early in his career.
Against men, too.
Yeah.
You know, never know the situation sometimes where the money's good enough.
That's it. Horta sparred Eric Pitbull Gamboa, Pedro Torito Tut, and Roberto Cobra Herrera at the Madhouse Gym here in Cancun. Had a 2-month training camp, so he's been waiting for this moment. Was also very excited about fighting on ESPN. He knows what this would mean to his career to come out here and make an impression.
Well, all these guys now, like, they get like local TV exposure. That's one thing. That's great. But when the ESPN cameras show up, and you find out it's in the United States.
That Beto's calling your fight?
Yeah, you get the Beto Vision effect, right? But you know that, look, Oscar De La Hoya is in front of you. You have Golden Boy matchmakers in front of you. You have a completely different audience that you're being exposed to. Yeah, there might be some nervousness from both fighters.
Here Reyes trying to get inside, working behind the jab. But Horta using his length and landing a nice uppercut here as round 1 comes to an end.
Ocupo que tires. Así no la vamos a hacer. Tú lo dejas que crezca, se nos va a acabar la pelea. Ocupo que tires, güey. Si no arriesgas, no va a haber nada. Así como te estás metiendo, está muy bien, pero te necesito más agresivo. Te necesito más adentro. Si no, ¿cómo lo hago?
Ese es el trabajo que vamos a hacer. ¿Ok? Dame vaselina. Abre la boca. Sí, trabájamelo abajo. Pancho. Ok. Box.
Back inside the Oasis Arena in Cancun, Mexico, inside the Grand Oasis Resort. And take a look at the total jabs thrown and landed in this first round. Not many thrown, just 29 overall. Horta landed 3. Reyes, according to CompuBox, was unable to connect on a single one.
A filling out round.
Well, he was feeling the air if he didn't land a single jab. But we talked about the fact that he's the shorter fighter. He's got a 4-inch reach disadvantage, so getting inside is going to be a challenge. There he does land the jab finally, as Reyes trying to work his way inside and work to the body here.
Yeah, Reyes last year had a good scrap back and forth with Tyson Marquez. You know, if you get in the ring with him, you know there's going to be a scrap coming your way.
The former world champion at 108 pounds, Hernan Tyson Marquez. That was in Hermosillo, Sonora, the hometown of Tyson Marquez. And actually, he was dropped by a left hand in the 3rd round. Zamora was able to come back and finish the fight against Tyson Marquez and get a split decision. Lost, but took him the distance, and after being dropped, that's not too shabby.
Also, they're watching us on the USS Carl Vinson in Pearl Harbor, Hawaii right now.
Nice.
Appreciate your service, gentlemen.
Definitely.
Ladies.
One of the most sobering experiences going to Honolulu and going to Pearl Harbor.
Yeah.
You know, standing on the USS Arizona, and realizing what happened that fateful day, December 7th. And now here we are, June 29th, with Horta and Reyes trying to put on an exciting fight for all of you. And it's that technique of Horta trying to lure Reyes inside. And there he catches him with a beautiful right hand, perfectly as we were illustrating, luring him in, and he made him pay.
You're saying it, Bernie. Lure him in. Finally able to land that shot.
And we had mentioned the graphic earlier. You can't just walk in on a tall guy like this. You've got to work your way in, whether it be with angles or a jab. He did neither, and he paid the price.
That's up to Horta to start putting some of those together.
And Horta, he's got 10 knockouts and 16 wins, 3 knockouts in his first 10 pro fights, but 7 in his last 10. So he's found something along the way. But that was a beautiful shot, so that tells you that Reyes can take one.
It also helps when you find people that believe in you, that can help you with nutrition, that can help you with the proper equipment. So many young fighters, when they start off, everybody's going to help them. And you lose? Oh!
Disappearing act.
Man. Ya se acabó el WhatsApp when you lose.
Chingada madre, que le ganes la tirada, respira. Eso, respira primero, respira, vamos. Cuatro, corre y tira. Abajo.
No, porque no le tires el volado, es el otro y el gancho, abajo, el gancho y le metes el volado de derecha o otra vez le repites el otro. Upper, gancho, upper, volado, ¿sale? ¿Ok? Bien. Cuando él entra, ¡pum! Lo vas a recibir. Cuando él entra aquí, no hagas esto, no, eso no. Aquí, ¡pam! ¡Pum! Por abajo, ¡pam! ¡Pam! Por abajo, por arriba, ¿ok? Estás trabajándolo bien.
That big right hand landed by Panchito Horta, the best shot of the early fight.
Round 3 of a scheduled 8-rounder. Bernardo Osuna joined by Beto Duran here at the Grand Oasis in Cancun, Mexico. And now David Reyes doing the impossible to trying to get inside. If he has to rough it up, that's what he wants to do. But look at the number of power punches. That's where Reyes is excelling. 21 of 75 landed compared to 17 of 54 for Horta, who's been more effective, especially with that big right hand that we saw there on the replay. But nonetheless, there's no secret as to what the technique is for each guy in this fight.
And Reyes' corner, you can hear them between rounds. We don't even need the microphones. They're just yelling, tira, tira, tira. Throw, throw, throw. They want him to bring the pressure. I mean, you know you're in his backyard. You got to step it up.
Panchito is what people are yelling here at the Grand Oasis Arena. He started his career with 2 losses. He mentioned those 8th-rounders, and those were great learning experiences for him because he figured, hey, I can go that distance at such a young age. He made his pro debut in Cancun. He was 17 years old. That happens a lot here in Mexico.
Why do you wait so long?
Yeah, we've seen 15-year-olds.
15, debut. Right? Canelo.
Guys mess around with their birth certificate. You see Samorita Reyes trying to close the gap, but Horta does a good job of controlling the range, using that jab. And when Reyes gets careless, he makes him pay like he did there with the right uppercut and then the quick left hook. But Reyes, you know, he's trying to make Horta stand and trade, and Horta's being too smart so far.
Horta obviously using his height, but he moves away really nicely.
Big right hand there from Horta. Good defense from David Reyes. Gets caught up against the ropes though, and Reyes able to land a couple shots, but here comes Horta with some power of his own.
That's what he needs to do. Have it, use it.
Third man in the ring, Rafael Mendoza, warning both fighters about not turning this into a rough fight. Round 3 coming to an end here from Cancun.
Sube los hombros para mí.
El Raúl, respira profundo, traes aire.
Cuando él está aventando,
Necesito que le eches un chingo de huevo. Él te pega y no lo sientes. Entonces necesito tires, cabrón, no aguanta tu ritmo de pelea. Necesito que metas más agresivo. Abajo y arriba, mijo. Es tu noche, chingada madre. ¿Sí o no? Mira, vamos, güey, ya te pegó, no nada. Entonces, ¿qué tienes que hacer? No le haces que te caigas desmayado, pero lo pongo. No lo dejes que crezca, no se corriendo. Tira, que no le pegue.
This is the fourth round of a scheduled 8-rounder, and in the corner of David Reyes, it was Tío Ernesto Salgado who was telling him, hey, go out there and you've got to throw punches. You've got to land something to get them off of you. And he comes from the Nacho Beristain school, and there you go. This, he says, forget all that Juan Manuel Marquez and Finito Lopez technique. Just go get him.
That's the report from Justin Rosales saying that he's giving too much respect to Horta. Stop being a gentleman and get after him. Now his trainer, the Salgados, they actually train in Campeche. Their son, Sugar Salgado, recently lost to Diego De La Hoya on Hall of Fame weekend. And with their own kid, they were screaming. But today, they are just yelling over and over. I think they're frustrated in the fight that Reyes is presenting right now.
Yeah, so Reyes started his training camp at his father's gym, Gimnasio Zamorita, in Ciudad, Obregon, and he finished up at the Tío Salgado gym. So nice shot to the body there from Francisco Horta, just doing very well to pick his spots and punish Reyes when he just stands there.
Good hook from there, good right. That movement around, that's that old school training where they put the rope in the middle of the ring and they just al lado.
Oh, nice right hand there, and then the trip as Reyes was able to finally connect, get close enough to punish Panchito Horta. But here comes Horta with shots of his own. I mean, as soon as Reyes does something positive, Horta discourages him.
Right on him.
Once again, here we see the combination punching. Nice right hand followed by a left hook from Francisco Horta.
You were saying that, Bernie. Reyes does something good. Horta answered back with 4 punches. And the crowd.
I mean, you can forget about winning a decision here. But you could see David Reyes now starting to wear down. He's breathing from his mouth. He's laboring. He just has not found the right form of cutting off the ring without getting punished as the distance closes. And here we see a headbutt. A headbutt and a point deduction.
Yeah, they were tied up. They were Reyes was holding on to Horta. Le dio un cabezazo to like separate himself.
Wow.
Referee's don't play on her.
He went Victor Ortiz on Floyd Mayweather, just kind of a flying headbutt there. Wow.
That takes some wind out of the sails of this round for Horta.
Yeah, Rafael Mendoza, the third man in the ring. And you mentioned, these referees handing out point deductions like they're candy, and Horta handing out punches like they're free, and they are for David Reyes, who's now struggling to stay on his feet here as this round comes to an end.
Te digo, güey, que te saque. Abre. Te está ganando los 10 segundos. Con eso se quiere ir limpio, güey. Entonces, ¿qué ocupo? Dime.
A huevo le vas a poder pegar arriba. Que estuviste trabajando abajo y te abrió la guardia y pudiste conectar arriba. Entonces, ¿qué es lo que tienes que hacer? Trabajarlo abajo. ¿Sale? Pero hazlo, aplícalo. No te desesperes, tú trabaja, tú muévete. El referee tiene que hacer su trabajo en cuestiones de que están metiendo la cabeza. ¿Ok? Estás trabajando bien, cabrón. Estás trabajando bien. Él es el que está desesperado. Trabájala abajo, remátala arriba. Unas veces arriba, otras veces abajo. Pero necesito que le trabajes más el cuerpo. Toma.
We're halfway through this scheduled 8-round fight with Francisco Horta, the hometown fighter, in the white trunks. and white shoes, taking on David Reyes with the black shoes. And when you look at the numbers for that last round, Horta not only more effective, but he landed more despite throwing 15 punches less. So he landed 9 more, throwing 15 punches less. But there's that point deduction, Beto.
That point deduction, and the way he responded after that point deduction, I think made that a 9-9 round, because he staggered Reyes a bit. And Reyes, the last couple rounds, Bernie, all arm punches. There's no zip to him, there's no zap to him, there's no anything to him. And it looks like he's even having trouble keeping the hands up, like they're heavy right now, because he's breathing heavy.
You know, since that second round where Horta landed that big right as he was coming in, he just discouraged him. You could see the body language of Reyes, and now a nice right hand to the body from Horta, and he's starting to tee off. He's feeling it. There was desperation in the corner of Reyes once again in between rounds, but nothing that they're telling him really seems to be affecting what he's doing in the ring.
A lot of credit to Horta. Look at moving around, making Reyes get tired, making Reyes chase him.
Switch southpaw momentarily did Francisco Panchito Horta. Now he's back to his orthodox stance, and now he's walking down David Reyes. Oh, a low blow there.
That's well, not the low blow, that's what they wanted. They want body shots. That's the report from Jessica Rosales on the Horta side. Jab and work the body, more combinations. That's what they want this round para Panchito Horta. I like him. First time seeing him. It's different when you're watching him on YouTube than in person. Tall for 122 pounds, 5'8".
If I can only make 122, I'd be tall. Nice combination punching there. Francisco Horta to the body.
Sorry, 5'8", 122. Man, you're tall. 5'8", 160. Hey, bro.
Not so much. Man, did you weigh me this afternoon or what?
Oh,
You're good on that, brother.
No second day weigh-ins for the fighters, for the announcers here in Cancun.
Thank goodness. There's that body shot. And the fans are chanting Panchito at the close of his 5th round. No doubt, Beto, they're happy with what they're seeing from the hometown fighter.
Okay, he's coming in. He puts on a little bit of a show. You can see him working.
Oh, big right hand! And I can't believe that David Reyes stood up to that. Impressive finish from Francisco Horta. Beto, I thought he was going down. His right knee buckled. Let's listen to Tío Salgado.
Te roba la pelea los 10 segundos, güey.
Hey, he's stealing the fight from you with just 10 seconds. Come on. Come on, you gotta go out there and punch. He's running. He's just stealing the rounds from you. You have enough to beat him. All right, let's take a look at how it happened, Beto.
The last 10 seconds, he unloads his hands. He lets him go to Panchito. Right hand buckled the knee. And give him that credit, Reyes. This kid's got a chin. Right on it, buckled, able to maintain it and survive the end of the round.
In the body work of Francisco Horta, who is just relentless. Let's go get it. You can do it. Go. Give it your all, says Tío Ernesto Salgado. He's not his uncle. That's just his nickname. But you mentioned the fact that he's animated in there.
Yeah, but he was telling him, he was motivating him, but there wasn't any instruction for Reyes.
Well, I don't think he sees another way in. I mean, Reyes has not changed his tune from round 1. And we mentioned that in the second round, it was another right hand, much like that one, that just stopped Reyes in his tracks. And I think Horta now sees the key and how he can finish this fight.
Reyes is dropping his hands. The last 2 rounds, he's been starting off with the hand really low. Fatigue. There he is. He's trying to put him up, but they're going to go back down soon. Right? Just like that.
He sparred Jesus Avilés and Irak Zamora for this fight, but obviously they couldn't simulate the length and the fact that Horta knows how to use that jab to his favor. Fights tall. A lot of times you see tall fighters lose that advantage by leaning in.
Yeah.
He uses his height to his full maximum potential.
Yeah, he stands tall to make himself even taller. I see him getting matched up nicely against the Golden Boy guys that are 122.
A lot of talent there in the Golden Boy stable, anywhere between 22 and 26 is where eventually Horta will go. He's only 24 years old. He'll grow into it.
Diego De Loya, 122. Joel Gonzalez is going to be headlining.
On the 13th.
Yep.
At the Nova, nice check left hook from Francisco Horta. And Reyes has a ton of heart. He's got a good chin, as he's shown here in this fight. Horta's only been down against a former world titleist in Hernan Tyson Marquez. He was almost down against Francisco Horta here in the 5th round. And once again, he gets tackled. A nice right. The left hook buckles his right knee once again. And now another right hand from Francisco Panchito Horta. And at some point, the corners are going to have to take a look at Reyes and see if he has any possibility tonight.
Because you know he has a big heart to go with that big chin, but how much punishment are you going to let him take? Not like Panchito is just unloading every time, but as the fight progresses and he keeps going like this, it's just a matter of time.
He's being very patient, very smart.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of times you see a fighter hurt an opponent and they just go in there recklessly, and he's working his way in. He knows what he's doing inside that ring. So props to Horta, the way he's handling things here in the first 6 rounds of this fight.
Chopping him down, wearing him down is Francisco Horta.
You see that combination punching. He closes the rounds very well, does Panchito Horta. Once again, a big right hand, and Reyes answering as well.
Pelear con el referee por la cabeza de este cabrón.
All right, I'm going to warn the referee about the headbutt.
Hey, cuando se te pega, perfílate, métele el upper.
Hey, when he tries to throw that right hand, shoulder roll and then come back with that right hook.
Cuando el referee diga stop, ahí no puedes tirar golpes.
Don't stay and exchange punches. And up goes his trainer, Samuel Uribe, to talk to the referee about the headbutts, and there he comes back.
His trainer is into it, man. The way he took away that point, there's no need for that. You could warn him, you could give it to him. But I like Uribe, giving him instructions, telling him what to do.
There's Pepe Gomez, the CEO of Cancun Boxing, and is that the Golden Boy Oscar De La Hoya next to him, whistling Dixie? Yes, it's Oscar De La Hoya, the promoter for this evening, joining us here. Cancun Boxing, Golden Boy Boxing on ESPN. We'll have a chance to sit down with the Golden Boy later on and talk to him about some interesting things going on this fall with Canelo Triple G2.
I wonder if Oscar watches La de Hoy on Pepe's Instagram. La de Hoy is really what's up. That's what you need to do.
That's a big motivational message that Pepe Gomez sends on Instagram every day. And La de Hoy would work for David Reyes if he could read it, because right now it's been all Panchito Horta, the fighter out of Cancun, Mexico. He knows what's going on. He knows what's at stake, and really good work from the taller fighter.
Reyes landed power shots early in the fight, the first couple rounds. Since then, swinging and missing. That's what he's become later parts of this fight.
You see Horta walking backwards, trying to catch Reyes coming in, luring him in, much like he did there in the 2nd round, in the 5th round, and in the 6th round. Now trying to do the same thing here in round 7. See Reyes pull him in?
Yeah. But then Reyes goes on the ropes and he bounces off, but as he's doing, they take that deep breath. He's gassed.
He is, and Horta almost caught him there with the uppercut as he was lunging with that long right hand. I mean, Reyes has to take the risk. He's a shorter fighter.
Without a doubt.
There's no other chance for it to even get close, and you see the skills of Horta using the entirety of the ring for his advantage.
Horta starts working the body more consistently. I mean, you've seen that Reyes can take a shot. His knees just buckled a couple times. But chop that body.
There he goes, just
Nothing.
lunging with that left hook. Can't get anywhere near Horta.
Horta
And there's
sees
that uppercut.
everything being thrown his way. I think it's being telegraphed. Plus the speed of Reyes is slowed down. They're right there. He's just throwing his hands side to side, but there's nothing behind the punches of Reyes.
And his mouth is completely opened, and that's a dangerous spot to be in at close range with your mouth open. Nice shots to the body from Horta. Reyes giving it everything he's got. This is what he's got left in the tank. He's giving it, and let's see what Horta does in these last 15 seconds. He usually closes very strong.
There it is.
3 more minutes left of this, my co-main event this evening.
Mira las piernas, 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 baja las manos, mira las piernas. Este es el último round, güey. Nada de lo que hicimos, nada hiciste. Se acabó la pelea y nada hiciste. Ya sabes que él tira esto y estamos mucho el gaucho siempre. ¿Ocupo qué?
Vivo con esa guardia y quiero que tú presiones a tu distancia, recto, abajo no puede, cada vez que le pegas abajo, está muerto. Si lo clavas abajo y le rematas arriba, lo vas a noquear. ¿Ok? No quiero que te bases a un golpe, haz tu trabajo. ¿Oíste? Es el cierre, es el último. Párate.
No se va a parar y cuando se para,
This is the 8th and final round. The referee, Rafael Mendoza, brings the two fighters to the center of the ring. And here are the punches landed so far, 121 to 85. Reyes only outlanded Horta in the 3rd round. He's really improved his punch output in the 2nd half of this fight.
I'm surprised it was that low.
Yeah.
Because he's been throwing a lot of punches. But what I like about Horta is how efficient he is with his punches. Right there, 3-4 punches, and they're all landing.
He's working the body well. Look at the mouth of David Reyes. I mean, he's laboring through this fight, and this is just courage. This is just heart keeping him coming forward, because he could have been dropped twice hard in this fight, yet here he is with that pride. We talked about him being from Ciudad, Obregon, Sonora, that Yaqui pride, where he comes to give you a workman-like performance.
Well, didn't Richie's mom tell him, don't they know he was a full-blooded Yaqui Indian, right? That's like you, Bernie, that Yaqui Indian.
My grandfather was part Yaqui, so.
Yeah, but it's a lot of, Reyes is all heart and guts right now. You love that, you respect it from him. But look, Jesse just told him enough from Horta, go for the KO. They want him to finish this.
And there it is. His hands are down. The referee is looking at David Reyes, because sometimes you got to protect a fighter from himself. Keep an eye on that referee. He knows that Reyes is taking shots. He wants to give him an opportunity, but Horta will not.
He's in there, but there he throws the punch back.
Oh, what a way to just stop him in his tracks with a 1-2 combination from Panchito Horta. Referee giving every opportunity for Reyes to finish this fight on his feet.
He's still fighting back. He's getting beat, but he's not in danger right here. You're right, though. Sometimes you have to protect the fighter from himself. But a lot of heart from Reyes, and he still keeps coming. Look at him. Coming
See the
at
way
him.
he's blinking his eyes. That's not a good sign.
No, that's taking a lot of punches.
His mouth is completely open, but man, this kid came to fight. This kid gave to give his all inside the ring.
It's real quick to judge and say, well, he's losing. Well, he's not this, not that. So respect anybody who gets in that square circle for what David Reyes did tonight. Should lose on all the cards, but a lot of respect from him.
Got shook a couple of times in this fight. Never lost his fighting spirit, and here he is in the 8th round. And nice 3-punch combination. And let's see how Horta can finish this fight. Every round he's finished strong, and he's teeing off on Reyes, who's just trying to finish on his feet. And hear that final bell. What a war. Even landed a nice right hand at the end. The crowd's on their feet. Oscar De La Hoya is on his feet. And we saw a war inside the ring tonight. Francisco Panchito Horta should earn his 17th victory, but David Reyes earns our respect, finishing the 8th round on his feet. And boy, did he come in here to give a fight. Impressive, as is this beautiful view of the lagoon here in Cancun, Mexico. The decision coming up next, and then it'll be our main event from Cancun, Mexico. Golden Boy Boxing on ESPN. And we're back inside the Grand Oasis Arena here in Cancun, Mexico, after an exciting fight between Francisco Panchito Horta from Cancun taking on David Reyes from Ciudad, Obregon. And take a look at the numbers overall. The power punches landed by Francisco Horta, 39%, 135 of 350, and total punches was 158 out of 467. Look at the jab numbers landed, 31 combined. Just not enough. All power. And now we go to Jimmy Lennon Jr. for the official decision.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 8 rounds of action, we have a unanimous decision, una decisión unánime. Here are the score totals. Judge Ignacio Herrera scores about 79 to 72, 79 a 72. Mario Medina sees it 78 to 73, 78 a 73, and Oscar Rodriguez scores about 80 to 72, 80 a 72, a favor del ganador Francisco Panchito Horta.
Great victory for Francisco Panchito Horta, who improves to 17 wins, 3 losses, and 1 draw in his professional career.